It's week 8, Halloween week, and we're ready to discuss our favorite plays on the main slate for FanDuel with a full cash and GPP lineup. We have plenty of treats, no tricks this week, and it's all coming up next. Hello, everyone. I'm Eric Lee.
And I'm Michael Wiley, and we're the Fantasy Football Consultants.
All right, we have to shout out to our FFC community for being so active in the comment section with their takes on the main slate for FanDuel. Last week, we had some great takes from Scott Beeler, getting Zach Ertz and Jamar Chase in the lineup. And love the fact that Daryl Jones stacked Tua with Waddle and brought it back with Kyle Pitts and Cordarrelle Patterson. Nice takes, guys. Remember, we're nearing the end for FanDuel to find our 18 folks who will qualify for our contest. Free to enter with a prize pool of $200. All the details are in the description.
Yeah, last chance, guys. Get in. And if you haven't yet, hit the red subscribe button. It's free and it can really help the show.
All right, let's go into the studio with our FanDuel takes for week 8. We usually like to start the lineup at running back, usually getting some bell cow running back. Michael, we usually want to pay up. What about this week?
Well, I think Christian McCaffrey, he's injured again. Dang it. $10,000. Like, I don't understand sometimes the pricing here. So Derrick Henry, obviously the bell cow of fantasy football this year. Little down week last week, $10,500. Just a little too expensive, right? And I say the same thing with Najee Harris as well. I mean, Najee Harris is more enticing in a full PPR league like DraftKings, but in FanDuel, I don't understand the $9,000 price. And I'd say similar for Austin Eckler. He's really, really enticing in those full PPR leagues. So let's go down a few dollars, don't you think?
Yeah, and by saving money, it'll open up opportunities elsewhere. And I don't think we have to sacrifice a lot in quality. I still would like to get a guy who can really pay off. And that's where Cordarrelle Patterson comes into play. Michael, listen very closely. It's kind of like a spouse in bed, right? Sometimes they're just moving over, pushing you off the bed, slowly. That's what Patterson is doing to Mike Davis. He is taking over the running back position. He beat out in carries 14-4 over Mike Davis. He got a rushing touchdown last week. This is all in addition to an amazing role in the passing game. And what's nice is Atlanta is doing better. They're picking up some wins. So why would they not continue this trend of leaning much more heavily on Patterson than Mike Davis? Look, if he's going to get the carries plus the goal line and get this activity in the passing game, he should be $8,500, Michael.
Yeah, can you believe the Falcons are 3-3? I mean, obviously they've had some scheduling help with that, but I think a big part of that is Cordarrelle Patterson. I think that it's not just his fantasy value; it's his value to that team. I think that they have relied heavily on him. He's getting in the end zone. He obviously gets his touches on the passing game, and yeah, poor Mike Davis. Fantasy owners, which I am one. In regular season, it's been really sad to see Mike Davis's usage this year.
Now, on the sense of saving money, but still wanting to get a bell cow back, I've said this in DraftKings. Just close your eyes, folks. Close it. I can see you. You're not closing your eyes out there. Close your eyes. Imagine getting a bell cow running back, a back that's getting 84% of the running back carries, who is a favorite this week, so he liked the game script, against the 23rd rushing defense. So what does that mean? He's $7,000, right? No. He's $6,000, right? No. He can go all the way down to $5,800. Around the likes of Boston Scott. No, it's Eli Mitchell on the San Francisco 49ers. Look, 2 weeks ago, you might be looking, and FanDuel is considering the fact that, hey, he only got 9 carries against Arizona. Maybe he's not that good. That was because Trey Lance was playing, and Trey Lance stole 15 carries. No worries. Trey Lance is likely either out, or if he is going to be active, he has already been said that he will be the backup. So Garoppolo will be starting. Garoppolo is not going to be running, and all the running backs will get most of the carries, and that is going to go to Eli Mitchell. He's the goal line back. I know he doesn't get involved heavily in the passing game, but you can't get everything for $5,800, Michael.
Yeah, in this half PPR league, and the Niners need to get back to the run. I think that's how they win games. And he's looked good in the back, coming out of the backfield. So I like this pick for this price, man. What a bargain.
And because we save money at running back in these two positions, it's time to let the money fly, Michael. Go for it at running back.
Yeah, and so, I mean, obviously the clear destroyed me in a couple of my fantasy teams this last week. The clear number one guy is Cooper Kupp for the main slate this week. And I think it's totally worth the extra money there. He's just, not only does he have a really high floor, he's got such a high ceiling. He's the go-to guy for touchdown passes. He creates ways to get into the end zone, and he's getting more targets than anyone in the NFL by far.
Just look at the screen, folks, at the bottom left. He's first at everything. He's first at receiving yards. He's first at receiving TDs. He's first at receptions, and he's first at targets. And by the way, on a slate that doesn't include Devontae Adams and Tyreek Hill, getting him in your lineup just puts you leagues ahead of any other competitors that don't have him, in my opinion. So, and by the way, has 31 implied totals. So the expectation is the Rams will score a lot. It's just hard to imagine the Kupp won't be a big part of that. Love this pick. And admittedly, though, Michael, you had to spend some money. I got a guy who is almost $2,000 less, who I think is just as talented on just as good an offense. Their implied total is 31.5. Go back to last year, folks. Who led all wide receivers in receptions and yards? Guess what? He's not even in the top 10 in salary this week. At $7,300, I'm talking about Stephon Diggs going against a Miami team. They're 30th. They're 30th against wide receivers. This is a smash play. I do not understand what FanDuel is doing. Just his own reputation has to come a higher salary than $7,300. Throw in the great environment. I like this pick.
Yeah, coming off the bye week, I think they're going to start getting him more involved than he already has. Look at those targets. That's not complaining at all. And he's got to get in the end zone. It's time for him to get in the end zone, and I think he will.
All right. So I love that combination of Kupp and Diggs for our lineup. Let's just add to it another guy who is a target hog. He's averaged 9.5 targets. And guess what? FanDuel, I got a deal. You keep disrespecting this guy, you keep putting him this low, then we'll just keep playing him. Brandon Cooks is by far the number one weapon that Houston has. He's in a situation that, guess what, folks? The Rams are below average pass defense so far this year, and a game script that I believe Houston will be in a situation where they're going to have to pass a lot. And maybe, let's hope, maybe Tyrod Taylor will be back. If he is, I love this pick at $6,000. If he's not, I like this pick at $6,000.
Yeah, a bit of a revenge game for Brandon Cooks against his old stomping ground. So yeah, no, I think at this price, Brandon Cooks is got some a nice high floor.
All right. So I need you guys to pay attention to the news on this pick. And it's a guy who stepped in for Logan Thomas and done a great job at only $5,400. Ricky Seals-Jones. I'll quickly show what he's done so you guys know how well he has stepped into that role. I joked that he's now Ricky Seals-Jones Thomas because he has really become Logan Thomas in that offense. The biggest concern about that pick and what I think you need to watch is you need to watch Logan Thomas's health. We need to make sure that Thomas is out. He's eligible to come off the IR. I got to find the guy this week. So we just need to make sure if he is active and ready to go, maybe you start a Logan Thomas, but we're just going to have to see. The latest news says he's eligible to return as early as this Sunday, but it doesn't look like his return is imminent. So if he is again inactive, as it looks like, Ricky Seals-Jones is the guy that we want in there.
Yep.
Where do we go from there?
Well, if we're going to go with flex before we run off to quarterback, I think we should just keep going for these wide receivers who are clear talents. I think we've been, we've saved a few dollars with our running back picks and with this tight end pick. And so let's go with a guy who has historically been the clear number one, should benefit from a defense that only has really one strong cornerback that will be on his countermate, and that's Chris Godwin. Yeah, I think that we're going to see Lattimore on Mike Evans. So that should open Godwin up. And, Godwin's been getting his looks. He just hasn't been getting all the touchdown receptions that Evans has gotten. And Gronk's maybe going to be back this week, but probably not 100%. I think Godwin's still going to get some good looks against the New Orleans defense that hasn't been that good against the passing game, other than Lattimore on whoever he covers.
Yeah, and they've been super tough against the run. This is interesting. I think there'll be a lot of passing in this game. Both New Orleans and Tampa Bay are so good against the run. And let's see about Antonio Brown. I still think that this pick is okay, even without Antonio Brown playing. Well, I love the pick without Antonio Brown playing, but even with Antonio Brown I think it's all right. Let's talk about, we got a defense and a quarterback. We have $11,800 to spend. So, we could pay up at defense and get one of those mid-range quarterbacks. Is that what we're going to do, Michael?
No.
No, we're going to go dirt cheap to get the best QB in the land, Josh Allen. So Josh Allen is just in a perfect situation. He's at home. He's monster 14-point favorites, a ridiculously high 31.5-point total. That's the highest implied total on the main slate. And I don't think I need to lecture you guys how good Josh Allen can be in high-scoring games because the offense runs through him. When they get around the goal line, he's either running or he is passing. He can pile up the yards in the passing game and against the run. Against a Miami defense, Michael, my mom said, if I don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything at all. So let's just pause for 5 seconds. Dead last. That's all I'm going to say. They're dead last.
Pretty bad.
What do you think about Josh Allen?
Yeah, no, I mean, he's got not only a really high floor, but lots of upside in this matchup. Coming off the bye week, he's healthy. He's got all of his weapons. It's going to be a good one for him. All
right. That leaves $3,000 for a defense. I'll let people figure out the defense that we are going to play. Look, the only comment I could say is it's a punt. The only real argument I could say is it's a punt defense, and defenses are extremely volatile, and punting is a valuable strategy. Now, that said, they are at home. We like that. They are 12th, believe it or not, in the NFL in sacks. The Bengals offensive line has been better than we expected, but they're not an elite offensive line. we just hate the game script, folks. The game script is they're 9.5-point dogs, and we think Cincinnati should take control of this game. But that said, you know what? I feel like given $3,000 before last week, they had always been giving you something, at least 3 points a game. Just give me 3 points. I'll take it as a $3,000 punt play.
I mean, the only defenses that are exciting or cost a couple $1,000s more, and I just don't believe in paying up for a defense. So on the last option that we had.
All right, everybody. Let's talk GPP. And you always want to start off GPP with a stack. This stack in DraftKings was so expensive, but it's not that expensive here on FanDuel. We can go that Buffalo game, which is one of the highest scoring games on the main slate. We can take Josh Allen, who we just talked about is who we like, to Stephon Diggs, who we just talked about, who we like, and run it back with Jalen Waddle. Michael, Jalen Waddle has been so impressive this year, and he benefits from Tua being back at quarterback. And he has just been a target hog back there as all the other wide receivers haven't established themselves and are coming off injuries.
Yeah, Fuller's still, I think, on IR, and Devonta Parker has been a little bit banged up. So I think, it's Jalen Waddle and Gesicki. And yeah, I'd go with Waddle here.
All right. So after we deal with that stack, we decided, you know what? Let's invest in Derrick Henry's upside. We know that Derrick Henry can absolutely break a slate, right? So where we weren't comfortable with his floor, given his big price tag, we do like his ceiling against the Indianapolis Colts. So we got him in the lineup. So who are we going to pair Derrick Henry with? We'll put Mitchell back in the lineup, who we like his $5,800 price. So let's talk tight end and our flex, two new players. We really like Fant and Smith's upside, mostly because they're playing such bad defenses, Washington and Detroit. And I really like Smith is someone who gets those high air yards. When he goes off, he can really go off.
Yeah, I'll comment on Noah Fant here. I think he's a very athletic wide receiver playing tight end, big guy who, has been getting those goal line looks from Denver, who, like you say, has been a bit of a pretender, but he gets his targets.
Washington has really been unsuccessful at stopping anybody this year in the passing game. All right, the Detroit Lions is our defense. We upgraded our defense from the Jets to the Detroit Lions. But look, the Lions are at home. I always go back to that, right? Like a home defense. But Philadelphia is a team that you can pick on. We talked about how the Lions have been pesky, right? They're winless, but they've been in a lot of games, and I expect them to be in this game. The Lions makers think so too. Philadelphia is only a 3-point favorite. Jalen Hurts can make some mistakes that hurts his team. So we'll go with the Lions. Folks, we really appreciate all of the support. Thank you guys very much. Enjoy your Halloween. And until we come back for our week 9, take care, everybody.
Happy Halloween.
Hey, check out the latest videos that are on the screen, both our NFL Survivor Week 8 and DraftKings show and one of our NFL DFS Masterclass series.